And today I wish to take you through the operatives behind just a simple tutorial on how you can design a simple object with an OpenSCAD. So we are going to start by designing a simple circle, a solid one. We smoothen the edges, then all the way to formulating it into a ring. Well, that said, we start by opening our software. That's the OpenSCAD software. Just opening. Then we start anew. Yeah. We start a new project. So let's say we start by designing a circle, just a simple circle of, we can say radius equals to 15, or you can say diameter equals to 30, or any figure you choose. And we run it. There is our circle. So from our circle, we can decide to translate it along the axis we want. In this case, I would wish to translate our circle along the x-axis towards the positive side of the x-axis. We maintain the position of the y-axis and the position of the z-axis. So we say translate means more of changing the position of the object. Translate, let's say 25 at point 25 of the x-axis, and 0 of the y-axis, 0 of the z-axis. Then we close it. Should be up, right? You see? So again, you realize that the circle is not that smoothened at the edges. It should be a perfect round shape. So we want to smoothen the edges. So we introduce a function. I don't know how to call that, but that's how it's written. So let's say, again, there's something I need to show you. So when we start by 1, just be keen on what happens. It becomes a triangle. When we say 2, or rather 3, nothing changes. Let's say 4. 4 becomes, okay, 5, there's a polygon. It's more of an hexagon. There's a square is formulated at 4. Then all the way to 10. So what happens when we smoothen it, we multiply the number of edges. So the more the edges, the smoother the corners. So let's say at 100, and I would stick at 100, and or we say 150. There. So we have more of a smooth circle, which we can now formulate into a ring. So after there, I would suggest that now we can choose to translate it. Oh no, we've already translated it. Now we can choose to scale it. We can scale it along to an angle which can help us view both the upper and the side parts. So it's more of tilting it. In scaling it, we just say scale. Let's say we will scale it along the X and Y axis. So along the X axis, we can speak of 0.1. That's X axis. Y axis, we can speak of 2.5. We can take a complete figure if we want. And we run. You realize it's now tilted. If you say 2 here, so let's stick to 1. We say 1.1. Yeah, that's what happens. So I'll stick with 2 to the y-axis. Good. Now that's our object, and we proceed. Now we can now extrude it. By extrusion, we introduce rotation, rotate, extrude. Yeah. So we have that shape. It's now hollow, and it's becoming more appealing. And now we can choose to translate it again along the x-axis and maintain the y and z-axis. So let's say, again, we translate. We can speak of 150. That's x-axis 0, y-axis 0, z-axis. Close. Sorry. There it is. So this is our ring. Playing around with it. And now proceed. At this point, we are going to introduce another layer of a ring above it to make it, already we have a ring, but we want to make it more artistic. So we can say, just trying to rearrange my chords a little bit. This one should be, I'll bring this one here. So I would introduce another circle. Let's say radius, we will just play around until it fits. Radius, we can say 40. There. Now we make it more fine. Again, we have to smoothen it and make it appear like there are two different shapes attached to each other, not as this one. So we can again introduce this function, and we say 150. Yeah. So I was missing a code. I've gotten it. We introduce it. We reduce it to 20. We see if it will. It's there, but I think it's been swallowed by the other. So we can say 20, and you can see it coming up. Now this is our ring. So thanks for watching, guys, and I would wish to receive your comments to improve on my tutorials. We can discuss and learn together and build each other. Welcome to my next presentation.